The countdown to tip-off is made possible by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free personal and business checking. Visit gofirstbank.com.
First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off in Natrona County High School in Casper. Duke Dance Dal Erickson as the varsity boys game gets ready to tip off in 4.5 minutes right now between Star Valley and Natrona County. Dal, how about your Crimson Corner heading into this one, presented by the University of Wyoming?
Wrapping up the last week of the regular season for wrestling, the Lady Braves defeating Pinedale in what is believed to be the first ever full duel between two Wyoming programs, 57-22. The Braves defeating Evanston on senior night, 40-28. Last night, the Lady Braves defeating Kelly Walsh 43-38, and then just picked up their first ever win over the Natrona Phillies. The Braves won at Kelly Walsh last night, another 1-point victory, 52-51. Indoor track, they are within a stone's throw of where we are right now at the Mustang Invite here in Casper. And another shout out to Jay Spurton, Wyoming Gatorade Cross Country Runner of the Year. That's your Crimson Corner, brought to you by the University of Wyoming.
Find your reason to be a Cowboy at uwyo.edu. 3.5 minutes away from tip-off time. Here's your roundup with Sunrise Engineering.
Look at some of the scores from last night. You had 1 versus 2, and it looked like it was a doozy. Campbell County, number 1, fends off Neil Summers, and number 2, Laramie, 87-81. The Thunder Basin over Central. Natrona County beating up on Jackson. Sheridan all over South. Some matchups for today. Laramie gets another tough test. Number 2 at number 3, Sheridan. South at top-ranked Campbell County. Thunder Basin at East. Jackson at the Trojans. Riverton is at Green River today. Evanston at Rock Springs. That's a look at your roundup from Sunrise Engineering.
Creating solutions that work and relationships that last. Visit sunrise-eng.com. How about the rivalry between Star Valley and Natrona County with the help of Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine?
It's been a good one, and it's continuing to develop. These are my numbers since 1951. Overall, Natrona leads the series 13-11 here at Natrona County High School. They lead the Braves 4-3. The last time these two teams met, Star Valley got the win in Afton, 55-47. That's a look at your rivalry, brought to you by Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
Bringing Earth resources to life. Visit simplot.com. We do have McKady Dance courtside today. She had the chance to catch up with Coach Matt Shumway to get his thoughts heading into this game. Let's go sit down to the court with McKady.
Coach Shumway was saying how handling the pressure from Natrona will be key to winning today's game. Coach wants to rebound the ball better today and not give up as many chances of possession of the ball. Back to you, Duke.
Thank you, McKady Dance, with the Miles CPA courtside report at locations in Afton and in Alpine. And Miles CPA. Now let's take a look at your records watch with the help of Star Valley Disposal.
Well, this is the 25th overall meeting since 1951 between Star Valley and Natrona County. They were the only Casper school there for a while. Looking at some of the trends, the Braves have won 6 of the last 8, but the Mustangs won both meetings last season, including at state in that third place game as they sent the Braves home with no hardware. That's a look at your records watch, brought to you by Star Valley Disposal.
Residential, construction, commercial, and septic services. Visit StarValleyDisposal.com. That is StarValleyDisposal.com. How about your keys to the game with the help of Assist to Sell?
Well, to me, key number 1 is more transition points. I think the Star Valley team can get out and run if they have the opportunity. I'd like them to, when I say stir the pot, I don't mean metaphorically. I mean run that offense, run things around, get some open shots by kind of moving that ball around, keep the ball moving, stirring that pot. Key number 3, they need to win the rebounding battle. Had kind of an off night last night. They were out-rebounded by the Trojans. They've been doing really well in that stat over the last month. And then I'm looking for at least 10 assists today against the Mustangs. Those are my assist to sell, keys to the game.
Local agents Ashley Cranny and Mandy Jack have the keys to your next home. Visit AssistToSellStarValley.com, AssistToSellStarValley.com. Braves in crimson, Natrona in their home whites. The last time these two teams met together, it was in Star Valley. The Braves win at 55-47. If you remember, there was a little heat at the end of that game after the final buzzer sounded. I wouldn't expect anything to carry over to this game. I'm sure both coaching staffs have had that conversation, but we'll see how things go as we tip this one off between Star Valley and Natrona. The Braves now are hot right now, one of the top teams in 4A. They're currently sitting 5th in the Wild Preps Coaches and Media poll.
And they are playing well. I would hope nothing carries over. I would classify it as a kerfuffle, almost a scuffle, and certainly not a fracas, but hopefully it doesn't continue.
Somewhere in between all those words. Absolutely. That's going to do it for our First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off. Find your local locations in Alpine and in Afton. And it looks like your starting five being announced here for the Braves.
Braves in the road crimsons, trimmed with gold and some black numbers today. He's a 6'4" junior wearing number 0. That is Will Linford, a 6'3" junior wearing number 1. Cooper Lancaster had another big game. He had 23 last night at Kelly Walsh. 6'4" senior wearing number 3. That's Bryson Neild, 6 foot junior wearing number 5. That's Dylan Shumway. And a 6 foot senior wearing number 44. That is Zane Hedges. The Braves coached by Matt Shumway, assisted by Aaron Lancaster, as well as Mark and Ben Hale.
The Natrona Phillies on the flip side. Going to start with number 4 is Josiah Coleman at 12.9 points per game. Number 5 is Reagan Potter. He's getting the start. He's only played 3 games this season, so not sure if there was an injury situation or what it was there, but Reagan Potter getting the start today for the Phillies, wearing number 5. Number 21 is going to be Taze Turnbull for the Mustangs. Number 23 is Gavin Paddock. And finally, number 30, Tanner Hagar, averaging 13.1 points per game. Kurt Paddock, the head coach for the Natrona Mustangs on their home court.
Had just a short conversation with Jack Knowles of the Casper Star Tribune, Wild Varsity on X and Twitter. And yeah, Rogan Potter is he's been out of the lineup. He's back in it and averaging 14 and a half a game. So obviously that's a big storyline in this game. He was not available in that game in Afton, so we'll see what that does today.
Opening tip-off will be between Coleman and Linford. Star Valley in crimson, and they win the opening tip against Natrona in whites. It's going to be Star Valley possession to open things up. Hedges on the right, up to Shumway, working the ball around the arc. Down low to Linford, shot fake, turn, and missed it off the square, but rebounded by Hedges. He can't go back up with it. Back to the backboard, kick out to Lancaster. Wants to drive, can't get to the rim. Kick out on top to Neild. Goes left post, now Shumway fakes a 3. Drives into the lane, puts up the shot, but no, he lost the ball on the way in. It was poked away and taken away by the Mustangs. Natrona County basketball. Quickly down the court. Here's a pass, shot by Potter, and well, there you go, just like that. He'll get it on the shot in the paint.
Well, how nice is it to have a kid that comes back in and averages basically 15 points a game? I'm sure they love having him back in the lineup.
Ball down the floor on the other side now for the Braves as they work it around offensively. Here's Lancaster. Shot no good on the baseline. Taken away on the rebound by the Mustangs.
Turnbull pulling that one down.
Now they go down the court on the other end. Shot missed by Natrona County. Shumway fights off MC for the rebound. To Hedges, down to Lancaster, sidesteps, under the rim, shot good with the foul. Bounced on the rim a few times and it drops, and contact as well. So we're 2-2 with Cooper to the Riverside Dental free throw line for the and 1.
And the foul looks like it's going to go against Taze Turnbull, his first team foul, of course.
Clock stops at 6:50 to play, still early in the game, first period. Free throw is good, and Cooper with the and 1 to make it 3-2. No backcourt pressure being put on by the Braves as Potter comes across the half-court line. Works it left to Paddock. Little hesitation, now up top to Hagar. Left side is Coleman. Turnbull. Here's Potter, nothing. 6.5 to go in the first. Potter on the outside, wants to drive, ball on his hip, and to the rim and good. And Rogan Potter, you can see what kind of impact he has.
Going to be a handful, isn't he?
Lead back to Natrona, up 4-3. Here's Hedges. Works it left to Shumway. Back to Hedges up top. Sidestep, spins on the line, and kicks back to Lancaster. Works it down to the right side. Can't get to the rim. Kick out to Neild. Wants to drive, can't. At the free throw line, bounces back to Lancaster, and he'll reset the offense and call a new play. Steps back with 5:52 to play in the first. Screen set by Linford, goes the opposite way, pull-up jumper on the elbow, no good, rebounded by Natrona County. Hagar on the board, quickly to Potter across the half court. Makes a move and driving in, no shot, foul on the floor as he tried to pass it out, so it's going to be a whistle and a baseline inbound play.
First personal on Zane, first team foul.
Hagar inbounds outside to Coleman. Work up top to Paddock. Coleman again, Drives the baseline, lost the ball and out of bounds. Was he pushed? No.
I think he was trying to draw some contact, and Cooper really wasn't biting on it, and the official was right there, and he didn't buy it either.
Hagar falls down, but just over his own feet, so it's going to be Star Valley basketball. 5:30 to play in the first period. 4-3 on the Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Natrona on top. Hedges double teamed across the timeline, bounces, and now over to Lancaster, saves it on the baseline, tries to lob it into the lane, but nobody there. An easy steal for the Mustangs. They go down the court in transition. Coleman to the rim, tried to dunk it and missed it. Deep rebound pulled in by Linford, then he dribbles on his foot, lost it. Coleman picks it up and is stripped away on his way up to the rim. Taken away by Neal on the steal. Just took it right out of his hands.
Well, Coleman certainly got the ups to dunk it like that. It just didn't go down that time.
Lancaster drives, kick out into the corner. Neal, three, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Potter. NC basketball down the floor to Coleman. Wants to go angle drive, strong to the rim, no, but a foul. They'll get Shumway on the whistle that time with 4:49 to play in the first. And it's 4-3 on the Bank of Star Valley scoreboard and 2 free throws to go.
First personal on Shumway, second team foul on the Braves. And Josiah Coleman to the line for the first time this afternoon on the season, coming into the weekend at 67%. That one's good.
Extends the lead to 2, 5-3, 4:49 remaining in this first period. Coleman will have one more from the Riverside Dental free throw line. Away and in. 6-3, Mustangs on top. Hedges in the backcourt for the Braves. Across the timeline, spins, being covered by Hagar. Ball moving around the arc. Lancaster on the elbow. Tries to bounce it down the lane to Linford, connects. Linford puts it up in the lane, no, but a foul. And Will Linford will go to the Riverside Dental free throw line. 2 shots for him.
Well, shot ended up being just a little bit short, and I think it's because they got him on the elbow. Foul is going to go against Tanner Hagar, his first, second team foul, and Linford to the line. I think he hit 2 last night. He's 10 of 19 coming into the weekend. That one rims out.
No good. He'll have another. 4:28 to play in the first period. Texting and driving, there really is no and. Wideout reminds you, if you're texting, you're not driving. Second free throw bounces in. 6-4, Braves trail by 2 early at Natrona. Both teams coming off a win. A close one for the Braves against KW last night. Natrona was against Jackson. A win for the Mustangs as the shot is missed for the Mustangs on that possession. Rebounded to the Braves. Shumway, top of the key, works to Lancaster. Clock hits midway first period. Braves down by 2, 6-4. Hedges to Shumway. Looks down low to Neal, then Neal wasn't quite ready for it. Passed a little short on the bounce and out of bounds.
That was going to be a tight pass. It was low and had a lot of mustard on it, and Bryce just couldn't get there.
Potter down the court for the Mustangs across the timeline to run the half-court offense. 3 minutes and 48 seconds remains in the opening period. Potter to the right, has the screen, stops and clears it back to Hagar. Takes the 3 down the middle, no good. Ball tipped loose and into the hands of Shumway for the rebound. Star Valley basketball. Shumway across the half court. Picked up by the defense, Turnbull's on him in the perimeter. 3.5 to go in the first period. Screen set for Lancaster, hesitates, drives, kick out. Shumway, open 3 left wing. It's off the mark, no good. Rebounded though by Lancaster. He'll clear it back outside again. Tries to dump it down to Hedges, ball tip. Linford collects it, goes back to Shumway. Another 3, off the rim again, no good. But another rebound for Lancaster. Here's the jumper from the free throw line. Off the rim and good, no good. Off the rim again and no good. Rebounded this time by Potter. Goes down to Coleman in transition, no, but a foul.
Plenty of chances on that last sequence for the Braves, and then Coleman comes right down and gets himself back to the line. That could be a theme here this afternoon. Coleman is getting probably a little too far into the paint for the Star Valley's defense's liking. Free throw is good. He's 3 for 3.
Clock is stopped at 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the opening period. 3 team fouls on Star Valley, 2 team fouls right now on the Mustangs. 1 more free throw to go for Josiah Coleman. Got it. Hit them both.
He's got 4 points. Potter has 4 points.
8-4 now on the Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Hedges hesitates, drives, bounces down to Linford, and good. Great assist from Zane from left post to right post. Linford for 2 off the square.
Braves needed that. They had been kind of stagnant with field goals, and that's a good one.
Here's Coleman on the left elbow, dumps it outside, able to find Paddock. Step, no shot, down the lane. Turnaround's good for Garrett Paddock. It's Gavin to Garrett, and it's back to a 4-point game, 10-6.
I'm assuming that has been done in the driveway a few times.
A couple at least. Here's a strong take by Lancaster. Nobody's fouled. The thing that makes, well, one of the many that makes Cooper so good is that little hesitation. There's times he'll drive that in and kick it out or pass it down low, and there's times he'll just take it. You'll never know what he's going to do on the dribble.
Garrett Paddock whistled for that one. Free throw is good. Cooper now with 4 points. Got another one upcoming.
Cuts the lead back down to 3, 10-7 with 2:22 to go in the first period. Second free throw good, makes it 10-8. 2-point game in Casper. Mustangs on their home court with the basketball. Coleman makes a move, double teamed on the drive, kicks it back out. Working around the arc. Potter spins, leans into it, blocked by Linford, but he recollects it. Potter does, clears it back to Turnbull. He'll hesitate, spin in the lane, shot, contested and no good. Lancaster on the rebound. Linford a big block off that move. Lancaster down the floor, crossover move to the left post, drives in, can't get to the iron and clears it back outside. And a throwaway for the Braves. Hedges thought it was tipped, and officials say no.
We were right on this, Duke, and I don't think I saw a tip.
Just a little miscommunication as Hedges lets it fly out. Zach Thompson subs into the game.
Also Cooper Lawson.
He's down there along with Schwab, Lancaster, and Hedges. That's the 5 for the Braves. Cox for Natrona. Finds Turnbull. Back to Coleman on the free throw line. Spins, pivots, shoots, and scores. Nice touch for Josiah Coleman. 12-8.
Coleman with 6.
Lancaster breaks down the defense. Goes to Hedges on the elbow. He'll spin. Double team. Back to the backboard. Kick out. Lancaster. Left to Thompson. Zach will dribble. Get into the lane. Bounce down low to Country, and he'll miss the layup. Great pass. Cooper not able to hit it. Now Coleman, no, Potter on the other end goes coast to coast. And Potter scores in transition. Makes it 14-8. And a timeout taken. Nope, no timeout. Saw the official pointing at Coach Shumway. And Shumway says, I didn't call that.
Well, Potter and Coleman, 6 points apiece, and they are beating the Braves back a little bit on the last couple possessions.
Edges across the timeline now for the Braves. Finds Schwab. Lawson under the rim, double team, kick out, Hedges, left corner 3, off the rock mark, no good, but rebounded by Lancaster, put back in with the foul.
Wow.
46.8 seconds remains in the first period, and Cooper to the Riverside Dental free throw line. 2 points is good to make it 14-10.
Foul goes against Potter, his first. Every time we say his name, I'm like, Potter. I've watched too many movies.
Here's Hagar. He subs into the game for Turnbull, who comes out.
Cooper's been carrying the offensive load for the Braves. He's got 7 of their 10 points, and this is his 4th free throw of the quarter coming up right here. He hits it.
Makes it 14-11. 43 seconds to go in the first. Mustangs with the ball and the lead. They go to the elbow, then throw it away. Went to Garrett Paddock, and he just lost it untipped, a backcourt violation.
Yeah, he's pretty frustrated. I don't blame him.
They're going to say actually out of bounds, but it only changes where the Braves will inbound it. It's going to be their ball anyway.
Checking in is Turnbull. He'll give – nope, Coleman's going to stay out there. They're going to get Potter a breather.
Schwab inbounds for Star Valley. Front court side, goes back court to Hedges, who dribbles across the timeline with 30 seconds. Screen set, drive kick, Thompson corner 3, left away, no good. Rebound ricochets loose and saved to Natrona. Garrett Paddock collects the ball thrown back to him. Hagar across the half-court line. 3-point NC lead with 13 seconds to go in the first.
Braves struggling from 3 in this first quarter, 0 for 5.
Natrona trying to get the last points of the period. Hagar on the handle, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, back to the backboard, kicks to Paddock, drives the lane, good. As time expires, Garrett Paddock down the lane. That was well drawn up and executed. And the Mustangs lead it by 5 after 1, 16-11 on SVI Sports.
Feeling overwhelmed by managing your finances? Simplify your life with First Bank of Wyoming. We offer a full range of banking services, all under one roof. From checking and savings accounts to loans, mortgages, and rewards credit cards, we've got you covered. Plus, our convenient online banking and top-notch mobile app put you in control of your finances anytime, anywhere. First Bank of Wyoming, the only stop you need for all your banking needs.
You're watching Star Valley High School basketball on the SVI Sports Network.
Not only do the Mustangs get the ball to drop in for the layup right at the end of the first, but they get the possession arrow and have possession to open up the second period.
Well, that drive kind of emphasizes what I thought the Braves struggled with in that first quarter. The Mustangs are getting to the rim way too easy.
5-point lead for NC as 3 ball is off the mark. Rebounded by Lawson on the baseline, double teamed, and outlets to Schwab behind him, but picks up the dribble and takes it across the timeline. Star Valley trailing 16-11. Opening up the second period, Lancaster sidesteps to the rim on the baseline and scores.
He is so tough.
The baseline Euro.
He can finish in such a variety of ways, and he can hang that little extra second, and we've seen him do it all season long. He's got 10 points.
Back to a 3-point lead. 7:20 to play in the second. Star Valley trailing 16-13. Drive for Cox. He's to the rim, too strong, no good, but a foul.
But again, he's driving right into the paint. The Braves have got to have some help defense. They got to slide over. They got to do something about this, or it's going to be a big night for the Mustangs offensively, and it's shaping up to be that way.
That puts Carter Cox to the Riverside Dental free throw line. The sophomore will have 2 shots. That one too strong, no good.
That foul went against Shumway, his second. Dylan's going to have a seat. Zane Hedges will come in.
And one more is good on the line. Makes it 17-13. A late sub here for Natrona puts Cooper Rogers into the game. So, fun stat, you have 3 Coopers on the court right now.
Roman Erickson checking in. Only one of him.
Yeah, just one Roman, but 3 Coops. And a long delay here as the officials make sure everyone's ready, and we are. 7:16 to play in the second. Some backcourt pressure being put on by Natrona. Inbound to Lancaster. Now the pressure backs off as Cooper Lancaster goes across the half-court line. Breaks down the defense, has a screen. Takes a 3, short, no good. Ricochet rebound off a bunch of heads and into the hands of Erickson for the board. He goes back to Cooper, back to the rim, and back on the scoreboard. 2 more for Lancaster, 17-15.
Cooper has scored 12 of Star Valley's 15 points.
Ball movement to the other side now for the Mustangs. Up by 2, 17-15, 6:40 to play in the second. Paddock can't drive, kick out deep, 3 is no good. Lawson on the rebound.
That was way out there.
Tanner Hagar took the shot from NBA range as Hedges spins down the left post, no good, but he is fouled. That was a big spin for Hedges. We've seen that a number of times this season. He can spin with the best of them full speed.
Rogan Potter going to pick up his second. And first team foul of the quarter. Zane Hedges to the line. Free throw is good.
Makes it a 1-point game. It was a 5-point deficit for Star Valley to open up the second period. And in a minute and a half, they've cut it down to 1.
Well, on one hand, you're like, well, the Braves are kind of hanging around, and then it's like, but they're 0 for 6. Nobody else has scored more than 3 points other than Cooper Lancaster. So, I mean, to only be down 2 at that point, that's the positive side of things.
Here's one more as Linford subs back in, and Neal does as well. Free throw is good. Makes it a tie game, 17-17, 6:25 to go in the second.
Well, since I'm always whining about free throws, Braves 7 of 8 right now from the stripe.
Oh, there you go. Makes Dal a happy man. Ball moving around the outside. Hagar hands off to Rogers. Back to Hagar. Shot fake and then passes right. No shot for Turnbull. Defense backs off of him. Goes up to Rogers. He'll take the three. Miss it. Rebounded by Lancaster. Star Valley basketball. Cooper dribbles away from a double team. Across the half court. Bounces to Erickson in transition. Tries to do the extra pass down low, and it's stolen away with a kick call. It's going to stay with Star Valley.
You just don't need to do that. It's just that window it's non-existent. I'd have much rather seen Roman pull up and shoot a 6 or 7 footer. And I know you're trying to be unselfish, but the Braves are fortunate to keep the ball here.
Hedges will inbound for Star Valley. Looking up top to Neild and up to Lancaster. 5:55 to go in the second period. Hedges on the elbow. Spins, can't get down the lane. It clears it back out to Neild. Works it to Cooper Lancaster. Lancaster drives. There's going to be a foul offensive away from the ball. Lancaster had the drive and took it to the rim, but they wave off the points. A foul on Star Valley.
Bryson Neild going to be whistled for that one. First personal on Bryson, second team foul, 5:47 to go here in the second quarter.
Still 17 all. Rogers across the timeline for the Mustangs. Finds Coleman, 3, no. Lancaster another rebound.
He's got 6.
Lancaster across half court, ball poked away, recollects, and that's going to be offensive.
Yeah.
No, they haven't signaled either way.
I'd be shocked
there
if that's not offensive.
He kind of lost the ball, and there was a conversation, but
to me, Josiah Coleman he was there. Sometimes that's like it's a guess. To me, he was absolutely there, but
5:30 to play in the second period.
First personal on Lancaster, by the way, third team foul.
Still tied at 17 between Star Valley and Natrona County in Casper. Rogers hesitates, drives, shut down and kicks out to Turnbull. Up top to Coleman, around the arc to Hagar. He drives. Lost the ball, but picked up on the side and then lost out of bounds. Gavin Paddock was there, but couldn't handle it, and it's Star Valley basketball.
Pretty good pressure over there from Roman. Natrona going to cause some backcourt pressure of their own here, and Lincoln Lydiard comes in. First time we've seen him this weekend for the varsity game, replacing Neild. For what it's worth, I did see Smith McClure walking around before the game, and he was walking better than I was, but I am not the bar.
He had left the game momentarily yesterday with an ankle injury. Did come back into the game. Well, we do not see him, haven't seen him yet today. And he's not going to play. He's not even dressed. I didn't even notice that. So here's ball movement down for Lancaster. Tries to go into the rim, and he is fouled. Shot no good. Oh, they waved that off as well. Offensive again on Cooper. So another offensive.
Traveling.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe they were calling him for that as well.
Took an extra hop, so we remain tied at 17, 4:50 to go in the second period. Left side Turnbull. Into the corner to Hagar, has the screen. Into the paint, pull-ups the jumper, good. That breaks the tie. Hagar for 2, makes it 19-17.
First field goal for Hagar, he's got 2 points.
Lancaster hesitates, kicks to Lydiard. He's on the elbow, bounces down to Linford, shot fake, now up, side of the backboard, but collects his own rebound, double teamed, outlets to Lancaster, who lost it out of bounds. It was tipped by Coleman into the hands of Lancaster, and he couldn't quite control it. Timeout taken by Coach Shumway. We'll take it as well. 30-second break, Braves trail by 2 on the road on the SVI Sports Network.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Duke and Dow and live coverage of Star Valley basketball.
Back after the timeout taken by Star Valley, it is going to be Natrona County basketball. 4:20 to play in the second. 19-17, Mustangs leading the Braves by 2. Mustangs working around to Rogers. He'll step back in the front court. Feeds to Hagar. Now Rogers on the left. Turnbull to the right to Paddock. Mustangs working the outside. Braves rotating in the zones. Here's a three down the barrel, missed. Hagar on the shot, and Lydiard on the board for the Braves.
Another deep shot there for Hagar. He's taken a couple of those.
Zane Hedges will run the offense on the other end for the Braves. 3:40 to play in the second period. Roman Erickson holds the ball and goes to Linford. Quickly back to the right side and around the arc. Erickson wants to drive, can't. Kicks to Lancaster. He's on the left side wing and back up top to Erickson. Right side wing is Hedges. Drives, lost the ball, poked away. Taken by Rogers on the steal. Cooper Rogers across the half-court line to Paddock. And he'll reset the offense. Left side to Turnbull. Long jumper for two, no good. Hedges for the rebound for the Braves. Back to Erickson on the run. Left side Lancaster. Hesitates, drives in the lane across the paint. Shots up, blocked. Into the hands of Turnbull. It was Hagar on the block. Turnbull got the loose ball. 19-17 Mustangs.
Well played there by Hagar.
Ball to the baseline on the other end. Turnbull, dribble, passes to Coleman. Shot good with a foul. And Josiah Coleman to the Riverside Dental free throw line for the and one and a 4-point lead.
There's no need to foul him there. He's already up. He's already got it. They're going to whistle. Did you see who that was on?
I was not looking when they put up the number.
I saw him put up 4, but there is no 4. Smith McClure is not dressed. So I'm assuming it's got to be on 44.
Put it on, nope, Cooper, Lancaster.
Oh, okay, so that's Cooper's second. So that's something to keep in mind.
The free throw is missed, rebounded by Roman Erickson, but then he loses the ball, collected by Hedges on the baseline. Star Valley has possession. Hedges with a spin move across the half-court line. Schwab, right side deep. Lydiard on that end now, too. 2:33 to play in the second. It's 21-17. Star Valley trailing in Casper against Natrona County. Erickson wants to drive. Ball poked away. Picked up by Star Valley, and Hedges is fouled. He's had his feet taken out from under him. That will only be the second team foul on Natrona County with 2:22 to play in the first half.
Foul going against Cooper Rogers, his first.
Schwab goes in on the angle, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hagar. Mustang basketball.
Braves not shooting real well, but they've overcome it with, they're doubling up the Mustangs on rebounds right now, but they've been stuck on 17 for a while.
Here's Turnbull holding it deep on the right. Defense doesn't come out to pick him up, and then he'll hand off to Rogers. Back to Turnbull. Left side is Coleman. Dribbles to the right elbow. In trouble, back to the backboard. Finds Hagar driving in, and he'll miss the shot, but he is fouled. Tanner Hagar will go to the Riverside Dental free throw line. 2 shots and a 4-point lead.
Second personal on Hedges. That was a nice bounce pass kind of behind his back there for Josiah Coleman, setting up this play. Hagar to the free throw line for the first time. He's got 2 points, 2 rebounds, makes that first one. Gavin Paddock checking in now for the Mustangs, and Jack Neal, coming in for Zane Hedges.
Minute 47 to play in the first half. Star Valley trailing once again by 5, 22-17. One more free throw for Tanner Hagar, the senior. Sends it away, and it's good. Largest lead of the game, now at 6 points, 23-17 in favor of the Mustangs. Schwab double teamed to the backcourt, dribbles away from it, passes to Erickson, ball poked loose, but picked up by Schwab, who's fouled.
That's the second time we've seen a foul get picked up here by the Mustangs because they're diving on the floor and they end up into the legs of the Star Valley player. It's happened on twice in the last minute or so. That one on Carter Cox, his first.
Erickson inbounds to Jack Neal. Working the ball around to Schwab. He'll step back. Offense sets. Here's Erickson, left side wing, goes on the angle drive under the rim, a nice pass down to Neal, who scores. Jack has 2, Erickson on the assist. Mustangs quickly go in transition down the floor. Defense is down there. Pick it up, now a shot fake, drive for Hagar to the rim and good. A quick answer for the Mustangs.
Right to the rim there for Hagar.
Back to a 6-point game, 25-19, a minute 6 to play before half. Erickson looks to the bench, has the play, passes to Schwab. Lydiard on the outside right. 56 seconds to go in the half. Roman Erickson looks for a screen, has one from Linford. Can't dump it down to him. Schwab, 3 away, off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound into the hands of Hagar for the Mustangs. Natrona County basketball, quickly down the floor, no dribble shot, and good in transition. Mustangs run the court, and Orrin Williams has 2. 30 seconds to go before half, and now an 8-point lead for Natrona County. Erickson in the front court, picks up the dribble, almost lost it. Pivots, in trouble, and gets it to Lydiard. He's under pressure and goes to Schwab, 18 seconds before halftime. Dayton has a screen, hesitates, drives to the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, Lydiard has it, and it was Jack Neal who has it, no good, and then Schwab is fouled on the putback off of his rebound. Shots not falling in the last couple of minutes for the Braves, but Schwab able to go to the Riverside Dental free throw line off an offensive board.
Yeah, Braves not shooting well. In fact, 0 for 7 from 3, just throwing that out there. Typically, they've been pretty hot from the three-point line the last month or so. Free throw from Schwab is good, and that gets the Braves off the schneid here. They've been struggling to get any points.
Cuts the lead back down to 7, 27-20 with 7.8 to go, and one more for Dayton at the Riverside Dental free throw line. Away and in. Got them both. 6-point game, 27-21. 8 seconds for the Mustangs to work with. Coleman across half court at 5, 4. Right side crossover move. Lost the ball. Erickson pulls it away. 1 second. Erickson puts it up at half court at the buzzer. Almost in. Just about banked it, but it hit the rim and out. Just about hit it off the steal. Star Valley goes into the locker room. Trailing by 6. Natrona 27. Star Valley 21. Star Valley Health halftime show next on SVI Sports.
Whether it's staying in touch with family, entertaining the kids, or connecting with your favorite sports team, Silver Star helps unlock the moments you live for. Connect to what matters most without lag, buffering, or dropped connections. Visit silverstar.com and discover frustration-free Wi-Fi from Silver Star today.
Meet your 2025 Star Valley Braves and Lady Braves. Scan the code for a complete roster with pictures and player information. Presented by the University of Wyoming and Star Valley Health. It's your 2025 Star Valley Braves.
Avail Valley Construction is hiring and a great place for high school seniors to enter the workforce after graduation. Multiple positions are open with competitive pay right out of high school. To learn more about a rewarding career for those of any age, visit availvalley.com.
Get ready for a real good time at Star Valley Station, your go-to spot for big screen thrills, strikes, and slices. Step into our movie theater and immerse yourself in the magic of cinema. But that's not all. Unleash your inner bowler at our fantastic bowling alley. Then treat yourself to mouth-watering pizza that will have your taste buds cheering. It's entertainment galore at Star Valley Station. Come on over and let the fun begin.
Halftime coverage is made possible by Star Valley Health, supporting individuals, families, and our community in achieving their best health. Visit starvalleyhealth.org.
27-21 your score here at the break as the Mustangs lead the Braves after 2 quarters of play. And let's take a look at the stats now from Battlesome Brothers as we look at the numbers. Very balanced effort here in the first half for the Mustangs. 8 points for Josiah Coleman, 6 points apiece for Tanner Hagar and Rogan Potter. Potter sat a good chunk of that second quarter with 2 fouls. Also getting into the scoring, Garrett Paddock had 4, 1 for Carter Cox, and 2 points for number 2. I don't have him on my roster. Sorry about that. Or number 13, excuse me. That's Orrin Williams. I apologize. No made three-pointers in that first half by either team. The Mustangs go 0 for 6. The Braves doubling up Natrona on the rebounding numbers, 20-10, but it is not translated into points. Natrona 7 of 9 from the free throw line. The Braves got 12 first half points and 6 rebounds from Cooper Lancaster. Cooper 0 for 1 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. The Braves as a team 0 for 8 from beyond the arc. Also getting in on the scoring, Will Linford with 3, 2 points apiece for Dayton Schwab, Zane Hedges, and Jack Neild. Rebounding numbers good, free throw numbers good. Braves 9 of 10, but that 3-ball not falling. 2 early fouls for Dylan Shumway, and he sat a good chunk of that first half as well. So here we sit, 27-21 here at the break with the Mustangs holding the lead.
That's a look at your halftime battle stats presented by Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home. Find President's Day savings right now at Battleson Brothers while supplies last, just south of the Arch in Afton. Quality, price, and service. Star Valley trailing at 27-21 at Natrona. Let's see if we can give away a gift certificate with your halftime trivia courtesy of Star of 89 and Swirl in downtown Afton.
And our question today, at the end of the 1957-58 season, these two teams met in the state tournament. What city was that game played? Use the number 307-203-4637, and the first correct answer wins themselves a gift certificate from the Star of 89.
That's right. You can use it on their froyo, their soups and sandwiches. Crumble cookies are back at Star of 89. Follow them on social media for the weekly flavors. First correct answer wins 203-4637. Braves trail by 6 on the road on the SBI Sports Network.
There's still time to get out and enjoy what winter has to offer in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming. Snowmobile in the backcountry with your own sled, or rent one from a local retailer. You could also enjoy the scenery on snowshoes or go cross-country skiing on our groomed trails. Maybe get out on the ice for some excellent fishing. And of course, stay a while with exceptional lodging and dining options. Enjoy the winter while you still can and book your stay in Alpine, Wyoming.
While the Bank of Jackson Hole has grown over the years, our commitment to our clients and their financial well-being remains the cornerstone of our business. With responsive local decision-making and a true appreciation for the health of our community, our vision is to provide a banking experience that is all about you, the client. When it comes to navigating the local landscape, Bank of Jackson Hole has proven year over year that we know the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready to join a legacy of service and adventure? The Wyoming National Guard invites you to be a part of something bigger. With us, you can serve your state and nation, all while pursuing your dreams. In the Wyoming National Guard, we ride for the brand, then fly for the brand. Embrace the opportunity, make a part-time commitment, and become a guardian of Wyoming's future. Join us today and be a part of a tradition like no other. Your journey begins here.
If you feel a burning in the back of your heel or lower calf that worsens with activity, you may have Achilles tendonitis. This often occurs as the result of repeated movements of certain sports, such as running, tennis, or basketball. Dr. Andrew McCall at Alpine Foot and Ankle is your local expert for Achilles tendonitis treatments and many more foot and ankle problems. To learn more and to schedule a consultation, visit alpinefootанdankle.clinic. That's alpinefootанdankle.clinic.
This is Braves basketball and the Star Valley Health Halftime Show on the SVI Sports Network.
Halftime coverage presented by Star Valley Health, where your care is their top priority. Visit starvalleyhealth.org. That is starvalleyhealth.org. Braves at Natrona County in Casper, trailing at the break 27-21. We'll see how Star Valley's done so far with those keys to the game presented by Assist to Sell.
Well, I was kind of looking for more transition points for the Braves. That was key number one. I actually think the Mustangs have certainly outplayed the Braves in that element of this game. Key number two, I'd like to see more offensive movement in this that we saw in the first half, so still plenty of work to do there. Win the rebounding battle, the Braves certainly doing that. In fact, that's probably why they're only down 6. They're doubling up the Mustangs on the boards. And 10-plus assists, I only have the Braves, I think, with a couple in that first half. So, yeah, a lot of work to do, and that shows on the scoreboard on your Assist to Sell keys to the game.
Find local agents Ashley Cranny and Mandy Jack who have the keys to your next home. Visit AssistToSellStarValley.com. That is AssistToSellStarValley.com. McKady Dance courtside. She had the chance to catch up with head coach Matt Shumway and get his thoughts on the game today. Here's your Miles CPA courtside report. McKady.
Coach says the Braves have got to wake up and get their heads in the game. Thinks they have given up too many chances to score and need to get more rebounds. He hopes to come back with a better and stronger second half and catch back up. Back to you, Duke.
McKady Dance, Miles CPA courtside report. Miles CPA in Afton and Alpine. Get the best results possible with your tax return this year with the help of Miles CPA. Star Valley is trailing by 6 here, 27-21. Let's see if we have a winner, Dal, of your halftime trivia question and that gift certificate to Swirl.
And our question today was, at the end of the 1957-58 season, these two teams met in the state tournament. What city was that game played? And the answer is, of course, if you're an old person like me, Laramie. So the first correct answer wins himself a gift certificate, if we had one.
We did have one. The first correct answer, a phone number ends in 5699. 5699. Congratulations, you won that gift certificate. You can pick it up from SBI Media in Afton anytime in the coming weeks. Here at the Star Valley Health halftime show, both teams out of the locker room and on the court. Braves trailing it by 6. And, you know, we had McKady's report getting Coach Shumway's thoughts on the first half. And, yeah, you can kind of see maybe where he's coming from and hoping to see his team play with a little more urgency here in the second half.
If I was going to pick one thing that kind of stood out to me the most that needed to be corrected in that first half, was you look at Natrona, they have 27 points, and I would estimate probably 10 of those points came from just almost unfettered access driving to the lane, getting a layup or a really good shot with any minimal defense in front of them. And so Braves got to stop the ball. You cannot let these teams get to the rim like that. Otherwise, they're going to kill you. Guys like Josiah Coleman and Potter and Paddock, they all had really nice drives in that first half. If I was going to solve one thing in this second half, it would be that. And, of course, the second thing that pops up, Duke, who's going to start hitting threes? These two teams combined 0 for 14 in the first half. It might be whoever gets hot from three first ends up winning this game.
That's going to do it for the Star Valley Health halftime show. It will be Star Valley basketball to open up the third period of play. And the Braves down by 6, 21-27.
And, you know, another thing to kind of keep an eye on, that both squads had guys who score points for them that sat big chunks of that second quarter. Dylan Shumway for the Braves. Dylan didn't even have any points. In fact, he only had 2 shots in that first half. And then you got Rogan Potter. He had that good start, but then he missed a good chunk of the second quarter for the Mustangs. So a couple of guys to watch who had early fouls that are probably itching ready to go.
Going to be Cooper Lancaster triggering into Hedges. Neal, Linford, and Shumway also on the court for the Braves. Hedges bounces to Neal on the elbow. Back out Lancaster. Fakes the 3. Drives in double team and clears it back out left side to Hedges. He's double teamed on the perimeter and finds Neal up top. Neal over the head of Shumway and out of bounds. Actually hit someone over there.
They're lucky.
And
they're lucky. That one, foot to the right, that would have bloodied his nose.
Or put nachos in his lap.
Yes.
One of the two.
Both are tragedies.
Ball movement to the left side here for Natrona. Feed it into the corner, 7.5 to go. Paddock clears it back out up top to Potter, now Coleman. Feed to Potter, jabs left, drives right, has a screen but no shot. Works to Hagar, shot fake for him, step back. Fakes the 3, ball tipped into the hands of Potter, and he'll drive the lane and miss the shot. The putback is good with the foul. Tanner Hagar, the board and a bucket, catch and shoot up in the air in one motion. Draws the contact, and it's an 8-point deficit for the Braves.
Kind of feels like the Braves, even though they have the rebounding advantage, their rebounds haven't led to any points. And when the Mustangs have gotten a rebound, it directly leads to something like this, an and one situation.
And the free throw is good. Tanner Hagar makes it a 3-point play, and it's a 9-point lead, largest of the game.
And he has 9.
7 minutes to go in the third. So backcourt pressure, Braves break it. Shumway drives to the rim, lost the ball, poked away, but a foul. We'll say his hand was slapped to knock the ball loose, stops the clock at 7 minutes.
Foul's going to go against Tanner Hagar, his second. See what the Coach Shumway has drawn up here.
Inbound to Linford. Ball moving around to Lancaster. Shumway off a screen for 3. Good. Whip of the net for a Wyoming Army National Guard triple, and one the Braves need. You could go for Shumway to hit a couple of those in this half. Makes it a 6-point game, 30-24. And the Mustangs throw it away, an unforced turnover, trying to hand it off to Coleman. Ball just sneaks by him and out of bounds.
Yeah, both teams have done that here early on. Just people already kind of moving on to the next part of the court and then throwing it where they were.
6:35 to play in the third. 30-24. Here's Hedges. Spins, back to his left, shot, rattled in. Or back to his right, he faked left and then spun right. It's down to a 4-point game.
4 points for Zane.
Braves on a little 5-0 run to make it 30-26. Jabbing is Paddock. Gavin drives the post now, too high off the square, but rebounded by Potter. He'll retreat, fake the three, and pass over to Hagar on the right side. Lancaster's on him defensively. Fakes the three, dribbles to his left, hands off to Potter. He'll spin, can't get down the lane. There's going to be an travel call on Potter to give the ball back to Star Valley. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the third period. One team foul on each right now. Five minutes and 48 seconds and counting in the third. Linford up high. Quick pass to Neal. Down low to Hedges. One-on-one. Shot fake. Defense in the air. Goes up and fouled. He really wanted that one to drop.
He's pretty mad at himself.
He thought he needed to get the and one. Instead, it's just two at the line.
He does the facial expression that everybody in the stand was doing. Oh, zing! Foul's going to go against, it's actually 2 quick fouls on Hagar. So he had 1 in the first half. He's picked up 2 of them here in the first 2+ minutes here. He's got 3 in the game, and I would imagine he's going to have a seat here. Yeah, he is, replaced by Garrett Paddock. This is a long athletic team, this Natrona squad, and maybe you could say that every year, but they got guys that can just glide through the lane and finish at the hoop.
It's a 3-point difference. Free throw for Zane on the second attempt is no good. 30-27. Braves on a little 6-0 run here to make it a one-possession game. 5:34 to play in the third. Here's Garrett Paddock in the corner. Lancaster's on him defensively, forces the ball back up to Turnbull. Finds Potter, screen set, can't drive, pull-up jumper in the paint, no good. Hedges is the rebound taken away from him by Potter. He'll turn around and shoot again, bounces on the rim and rolls over and in. Potter rips away a rebound and gets 2 points, makes it 32-27.
Potter has 8 points now.
5:08 to go in the third period. Shumway has a screen by Linford. He's tripped and falls.
Boy, there wasn't a lot there. And I think Potter looking up at the sky saying there wasn't a lot there. But he is going to be whistled for the foul. And that is his third. So Hagar has 3, and now Potter has 3.
Yeah, whether it was intentional or not, I think Potter's foot caught Shumway.
Yeah, they did. I just...
So that's the foul as an inbound to Hedges in the backcourt. 5 minutes remaining in the third, and a 5-point difference on the scoreboard here in Natrona County High. Hedges looks at the rim, but passes Shumway. Takes the three, got it again. Another Wyoming Army National Guard 3 from Dylan Shumway to make it a 2-point game now.
Both of them assists from Zane. I think he's comfortable with the Zane passes.
Here's a spin move down the lane, no good, but a rebound by the Natrona County, and Potter hits the putback. It's 34-30. A couple threes from Shumway has pulled Star Valley back in it. They trail by 4. Timeout taken by Natrona. 30-second break on SVI.
For the last 40 years, my goal was to move to a place like this. And so now I moved here. I couldn't really do much of anything.
He's relatively young for hip arthritis and was limited significantly because of the pain. We decided that the best course would be proceeding with a hip replacement.
It was easy. It was just, I know it sounds strange, right, when you know what they do. One of the greatest things about moving to Star Valley has been Dr. Linford and Mountain West Orthopedic.
You're watching Star Valley High School basketball on the SVI Sports Network.
Coming out of the Natrona County timeout, Braves pull back to within 4. They trail by as many as 9. Now with 4:37 to play in the third period, it's 34-30. Star Valley basketball inbounds to Hedges. He'll be covered by Garrett Paddock in the backcourt. Dribbles by him and across the half court. Works it to the right and hands off to Lancaster. A couple screens for him, hesitates, drives, sidesteps to the rim. Shot is up, scooping, bouncing, and no good. But he is fouled, and Cooper will go to the Riverside Dental free throw line for 2 attempts.
Turnbull picks up his second, and that is team foul number 4 on the Mustangs with 4:23 to go in the third. So that is certainly a development in favor of the Braves as Lancaster heads to the line and hits it.
Texting and driving, there really is no and. Whiteout reminds you if you're texting, you're not driving.
Cooper, 13 points. That's his first point of the second half. That one crawls over the front of the rim and is also good.
Back down to a 2-point game, 34-32, 4:20 to play in the third period. Mustang basketball. To the right side is Carter Cox. Dribbles up top to Coleman. Pulls up jumper on the elbow. No good, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul on the floor as they're going to call Hedges, I believe. Dropping down was Gavin Paddock. He was knocked down. A couple players for Star Valley walking over to talk to the official about what happened.
Yeah, that was away from the shot. Coleman's shot was no good, but the foul against Zane, that's his third second team foul.
Mustangs will inbound it. Running out of time. They do get it in, and with a catch-and-shoot three from Paddock in the corner, no good. Loose ball rebound pulled in by Lancaster on the baseline. Dribbles up the right side and across the half court. He may attack. He drives, kicks into the corner. Nilled, no shot. He'll drive in to the rim, puts up a tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Linford. Shot fake underneath. He'll miss it, and rebounded by Natrona. Mustangs on the other end. Lost the ball, able to recollect to Cox. 3:47 to play in the third period. Carter spins, drives to the rim, blocked but fouled. We'll get Shumway with 3:44 to play in the third period.
Dylan was pleading his case, felt like he had a lot of ball. I've never seen him change their mind, ever. Third personal on Dylan. Third team foul on the Braves with 3:44 to go in the quarter. And to the line, Carter Cox. He's 1 of 2 so far in this game. High arcer is no good.
Left it short, stays a 2-point lead. Going to be 3:44 to play in this third period. Still 34-32. One more free throw to go. Cox will shoot. It's going to be a lane violation against Natrona.
Yeah, they're going to get Coleman. He's pretty upset with himself. He ended up missing the free throw, but you hate to do that.
Inbound to Lancaster. Works it across the half court. Takes it into the paint and will be fouled. See if they give this to him on the shot. It looked like he may have been in the air trying to shoot, but he ended up dumping it down to Linford.
It's not going to matter because that's a 15 foul. So
bonus either way.
Sorry, I don't mean to say it quite like that. Foul on number 20, Cooper Cox.
We'll stop the clock at 3:37 to play in the third period. And the first free throw is good for Cooper. A chance to tie up the game. It's been a long time since Star Valley has been to this point, just down by 1 now.
Lancaster now with 15 points. He's got 16 now.
Tied at 34 now with Casper. 3:34 to go in the third. Another close game for the Braves here. This time on the road at Natrona County. Cox on the left. Couple dribbles, cross-court pass to the right to Garrett Paddock. Bounces down to the corner. No shot there. Picking up the dribble is Turnbull all the way across over to Coleman. He drives baseline, and it's knocked out of bounds on the pass. Not clear into the bleachers.
Tipped by Bryson Neal. I'll tell you what, that far side bleacher's taking a beating. Pass has been bouncing over there all day.
Inbounding is Garrett Paddock in front of the NC cheerleading squad. Goes backcourt with a high pass to Carter Cox. Lancaster backs off, and Carter across the half court. Star Valley settles into their zone. Here's Coleman. Wants to drive, can't. Cox with it on the left. Feeds down low to Turnbull on the baseline, double team. Back to Cox, no shot. 2:56 to play in the third period. Paddock, kick out. 3 from Cox. Good. Left side corner. And the lead back to the Mustangs. 37-34 with 2:44 to play in the third.
First made 3 for the Mustangs today. They had been 0 for 7. Now they're 1 for 8.
Braves throw it away. No, Hedges somehow tracks it down on the sideline. It was over his head, through his hands, but he found it. Star Valley still has it. Linford up top to Lancaster. Dribbles left, pull up jumper mid-range. Off the rim, no good. Backside rebound for the Mustangs and a 3-point NC lead. 2:20 to play in the third period. Coach Paddock telling his team to slow down, run the half-court offense, force Star Valley's defense out to cover. They do. Neal comes up. Coleman bounces down low. And back up top is Garrett Paddock. Left side to Coleman. Fakes left, drives right, spins back, and shot no good. Rebound lost out of bounds off of Natrona. It's going to be Star Valley basketball.
Will Linford going up strong for that. Roman Erickson going to come in. Bryson Neal have a seat.
So it's still Lancaster, Shumway, Linford, and Hedges on the floor, along with Roman Erickson. Inbound to Erickson.
That almost looked like a wide receiver playing man-to-man there backcourt. Foul is going to be in the backcourt. That's going to be 2 free throws.
Yep, Paddock fouled Erickson with 1:52 to play in the third, and that's bonus shots.
I wonder if that's what the Natrona staff wanted there. That's a really aggressive move with 5 team fouls and 2 minutes left in the quarter. Roman to the line for the first time this afternoon. And on the season, Roman 76% from the free throw line.
He'll have 2 attempts here with the clock stopped at 1:52. The first is good.
First point of the game for Roman.
Pulls Star Valley back to within 2, makes it 37-35. And one more here from the charity stripe. Away and bouncing, it drops in. 2 for 2, and it's 37-36 now. Rogers subs back into the game for the Mustangs. Garrett Paddock will trigger it into Rogers. Nobody in the backcourt but those two. They come across the line uncontested as Zane Hedges now picks them up. Work to Cox in the left. Ball movement down low, reverse layup underneath, no good, but they are going to get a foul. Cooper Rogers on the shot and to the Riverside Dental free throw line. He'll have 2 attempts.
It's going to be foul number 4 on Zane Hedges. 4th team foul as well with a $1:38 to go in the third. And Rogers to the line for the first time today. Looking for his first points of the contest. First one's away and good.
Lead back to 2 to favor the Mustangs, 38-36.
Cooper Rogers, 75% from the free throw line coming into the weekend. Doesn't get there a lot, but when he does, he makes 3/4 of them.
He has 1 more attempt here. Shot, good. 3-point game again to favor Natrona County. Schwab back into the game for the Braves. Erickson across the half-court line. Works to Shumway. 39-36. Drive to the right. Kick back up top to Linford. Left side to Schwab. Nothing there. Linford high to Erickson.
There's a big mismatch with Lancaster. He's trying to get the ball. He's got a height advantage on Rogers.
Can't get it to him yet. Schwab tries to drive. Nothing. Lancaster battling down low. Currently on the right side post. Bouncing now over to the left side with the ball. Still can't get it down to Cooper. Now they lob it down to him. No dribble shot. It is up. They wave it off and say a foul on the floor beforehand. It'll be bonus shots here. That's the 5th, as Star Valley's already been in the bonus. And 2 from the line for Cooper.
Second personal on Rogers. Lancaster back to the line. He's got 16 in the game. And that one's good.
One more for Lancaster from the Riverside Dental free throw line.
Big Country checking in for Will Linford. And Gavin Paddock coming in for the Mustangs.
That free throw made it a 2-point game again, 39-37, 61 seconds to play in the third period. Second free throw is good, 1-point game.
18 for Lancaster. He had 23 last night at Kelly Walsh.
It's been kind of a very methodic flow to this game. Not a lot of pressure in the backcourt from either team. A lot of half-court offensive sets, both teams being patient.
Yeah, it's actually different than what I was expecting.
Certainly not a high-tempo game as the ball is poked loose. Natrona falls on it and saves it.
That's a good hustle play from Turnbull. He knew he was going to slide, so he just pushed it to his teammate.
Able to find now Cox, hands off to Turnbull, back down the left post. Leans into the right side, shot short, no. Rebounded by Lancaster on the run. Cooper can't get across the half court. Now he does. Splits the double team. Ball poked away and fouled. And that will put Cooper Lancaster to the Riverside Dental free throw line. Comes up a little hoppy there, holding his right side ankle, when he'll walk to the line to take 2 shots at a chance here for Star Valley to take the lead down by 1.
Foul went against Paddock. And Cooper back to the line to shoot 2 more. That one's good.
Tied again, 39-39. Natrona's led by as many as 9 points in the game, and Star Valley's just hung in there.
Zach Thompson trying to check in. He's obviously going to come in for the shooter, so though coach is going to pull him back. And now Jack Neal will come in. Lancaster hits them both, and then he will have a seat. Probably going to check out that ankle, and Will's giving him a break.
2 free throws give Star Valley the lead. They're up now 40-39. Haven't held the lead since early in the first period.
I hope you were paying attention because I don't remember it.
20 seconds to go in the third. Natrona with the chance to retake it here. They've hit a buzzer beater at the end of the period already once in the game. Now have it with 12 seconds. To the right side is Paddock. Clock down to 9. Paddock picks up the dribble and outlets to Rogers up top at 6. Now 5 has a screen. Works to Coleman. Drives it 2. 1. Dunks it. Coleman at the buzzer with a 2-hand jam.
Oh, man.
And the lead back to Natrona as time expires in the third. 41-40. Fourth quarter next on the SBI Sports Network.
Where do legends come from? Some start as dreamers, even after they're turned down again and again. But everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
You know, this is the place that gave me an opportunity to come here and play the game that I love.
At the University of Wyoming, we're the team that believes you can do anything. This is where underdogs come to shine and where real MVPs are made.
Western is a fantastic option when it comes to higher education. We're awarded consistent upper rankings year to year from entities such as University HQ, College Factual, and Intelligent.com. But don't just take their word for it. Listen to what our own students had to say about why they love Western.
The sense of community that this campus has.
Intramurals are always fun, in my opinion.
I like all of the instructors and the coursework.
The tuition is very affordable.
I have awesome teachers. They're personal and great.
There's always an adventure when you're here.
Time to go back to the court with more live coverage of Braves basketball on the SBI Sports Network.
Started the iCountry Solutions fourth quarter in Casper at Natrona County High School. The Braves in a battle with the Mustangs. Right now it's Natrona County with the lead up 41-40, and they get the ball.
And what a way to end the quarter. Josiah Coleman throws it down the 2 hands to give your team the lead.
We'll see if the tempo picks up any here in the fourth. As mentioned, both teams just kind of playing methodic half-court offense. Not a lot of backcourt pressure by either defense. Here's a pass over to Rogers. Drives the post. Shot no, but a foul. And a quick one on the Braves puts Cooper Rogers to the Riverside Dental free throw line. Braves come out here in the fourth with Lawson, Schwab, Lancaster, Erickson, and Shumway on the floor.
That one on Schwab, his first team foul, but only 15 seconds elapsed. Rogers to the line. Free throw is good. He's 3 for 3.
Gives a 2-point advantage back to the Mustangs. 7:45 to go in the fourth.
And that was very close to being an and one.
Hits
Got
the
him
second.
Excuse me.
Lead back to 3. 43-40. Lancaster finds Shumway on the inbound. There's some backcourt pressure on the inbound play, but now it backs off as Shumway dribbles across the timeline. Works to Erickson. 7:35 remains in the fourth. Lawson. Lancaster tries the post, spins in the lane, strong to the rim, no, but a foul. And Cooper Lancaster back to the Riverside Dental free throw line. He'll have 2 attempts, and Tanner Hagar stood there with his arms up in the air as if in protest for about 5 seconds.
Not really where the foul's coming from, though. It's coming from the body. And that's going to be his 4th. Or did they not call it on Hagar?
Free throw from Lancaster is good.
I'll figure it out later.
May have given it to Gavin Paddock.
21 points for Cooper Lancaster. He's been on a tear.
Has another one here from the line. It's a 2-point deficit. Second free throw is also good. It's been automatic from the stripe, too. 43-42. 7:27 to go in the High Country Solutions fourth period. Star Valley back on defense. Here's Potter. For Natrona, goes to Hagar. Work around to Gavin Paddock. Now Rogers, a pull-up jumper from the foul line. No good. Fight for the rebound, and Potter comes out with it. Spins back to his left. Shot fake under the rim. Clears it back up the lane. Tipped by Lawson into the hands of Erickson, and he'll come across the half-court line on the dribble. Works it left side. Shumway, open 3. Corners away. Good! And the lead back to the Braves. A Wyoming Army National Guard triple from Dylan.
Dylan missed his first couple early on. He's hit his last 3. He's got 9 points.
45-43. Braves have continued to hang around and battle in this one. Now have a 2-point lead in the fourth. Still so much time. 6:38 to go. Hagar on the angle, spin, pulls up the jumper, lost it, and throws it away.
Like he was trying to either draw contact or...
one official said it goes to Natrona, and the official's going to come over because he shot it. One official says tipped. One official says jump ball, but it's Star Valley basketball, and they get it right.
Okay. And that's a great example of the officials getting together and saying, this is what I saw, and getting what is probably the right call.
Inbound to Schwab. A little backcourt pressure on him, but he beats it on the dribble. 6:23 to play in the fourth. 2-point ball game. Screen set for Shumway. Takes another three down the middle. Halfway down and no good. Rebounded by Natrona that time. Gavin Paddock on the board with 6:10 to go. Braves still lead by 2. Dribble drive. Shot no, but a foul. Tanner Hagar back to the Riverside Dental free throw line.
Boy, that was really close to being an and one. He had great position underneath. Just couldn't get it to go. Foul was going to go against Cooper Lancaster, and that's his fourth. The way he's played today, the Braves could ill afford to lose him with 6 minutes left in the game.
Good on the front end from the Riverside Dental free throw line, and Cooper will have to come out. He's replaced by Bryson Neild.
Hagar's been perfect from the line, 4 for 4. In fact, 3 different Mustangs now have 10 points, and he's one of them. Coleman, Hagar, and Potter all have 10, and now he has 11.
That ties the game at 45. 6:06 to go in the High Country Solutions fourth period. Another close one for the Braves. This one coming down the stretch. Schwab outlets to Neild, who hands off to Shumway to reset the offense. New play. Bounces over to Neild. Bryson holds it high and up to Lawson. Right side Schwab. Down to Erickson. 1-on-1 in the lane. Big collision, and the shot is good. They let it play through as Erickson turned. Tanner Hagar and him bump. Hagar falls, and Erickson just puts it in. They let that one go as Coleman drives. His shot's up and no good, but they're going to call another foul on the Braves.
This has been kind of an interesting matchup. It's happened several times here in the second half. You got Cooper Lawson and Josiah Coleman. Cooper obviously has the size and girth on Coleman. Coleman's got the speed and athleticism to get up and down, but they've been on each other quite a bit. This time, Big Country gets whistled for the foul.
Braves lead by 2, but Coleman at the line will miss the first one short. It's 47-45, 5:34 to go in the High Country Solutions fourth period.
Coleman had been 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's missed his last 2.
Second one also short. Ball ricocheted to Neild for the rebound. Outlets to Erickson up top out in front to Shumway. Defense is there, and Shumway will run the half-court set. 5:26 to go in the game. Schwab deep left. Lawson quickly to Erickson on the right side wing. Fakes it, drives, shot faking up, rolls over the rim, and hung on and fell out. No good. Rebounded by Natrona on the run. Potter attacks, lost the ball on the dribble, just slipped right out of his hands.
And
he does the look at my hands in disgust. Why did you deceive me? And it's Star Valley basketball.
We've all done it. What have you done? I treat you so well.
So Schwab will inbound for the Braves with a 2-point difference, 5:08 to go in the game. Braves leading it 47-45 as Shumway takes the dribble across the timeline. Works to Neild. Bryson pivots. Up top, Shumway. Picks up the dribble, goes to Erickson, and miscommunication. Out of bounds. And it goes back to the Mustangs.
It's all right. You just gotta forget it and move on and try not to do it again. Natrona now the chance to tie it or take the lead.
47-45, still on the bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Outside is Garrett Paddock. One dribble pass to Potter up top. They'll try and break down Shumway. Dillon stays with him and passes to Coleman. He'll step back. 4:38 and counting in the fourth period. Ball almost stolen by Erickson. Recollected. Dumped to Coleman. He's on the elbow. Jumper from there. Front rim no good. Fight for the rebound, and Shumway pulls it in. He'll have a screen up the side and steps out of bounds and turns it back over to the Mustangs. He got a double team down there and couldn't find the outlet in time.
And Lancaster going to come back in. 4:21 to go. He does have those 4 fouls.
4:21 to play in the fourth. 47-45. Star Valley still on top by 2, but the ball back to Mustangs. Possession arrow favoring Star Valley right now as Natrona works around to Coleman up top. Tries to drive, shoulder down, fade away off the square and in to tie things up at 47 all.
And Coleman hadn't scored in a while, but that one looked good. 12 points for him.
Lancaster coast to coast to the rim. Shot no good, but he's fouled.
The Mustangs have not been able to solve Cooper's drive to the basket. He's either been getting points, free throws, or both.
To be fair, they're not the only ones.
That's true.
Yeah. And Cooper to the Riverside Dental free throw line, and he'll have 2 shots. The first is good.
Turnbull picks up his third there. Second team foul.
Lead back to the Braves, up 48-47.
23 now for Lancaster.
Second free throw is no good that time. Rebounded by Hagar.
So, Duke, now I can say it. That's his first miss. He had been 15 for 15 from the line.
Wow. Here's a pull-up jumper. Good. Nice touch from Potter inside the 3 line to retake the lead again. Timeout taken by Coach Paddock and the Mustangs. 3:48 to go in the fourth. 49-48 back in 60. SBI Sports.
Food insecurity is the foundation to everything. Every 2 weeks, the paychecks come in and the bills go out. After rent, water, power, fuel, and every other bill is paid, my account is generally under $20 until the next paycheck. This leaves very little to no money to stock the pantry with groceries for our family. But with the help from the Afton Food Pantry, I did not have to pick and choose between paying my bills or buying groceries. They lovingly opened their doors to my family and I when we needed it the most.
Save big during the Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home President's Day sale. For a limited time, browse through 25,000 square feet of LVP listed at just $1.99 per square foot. Select carpet, including installation and cushion, is just $2.99 per square foot. Select tile, normally $4.99, is now just 99 cents. Carpet and LVP remnants are also 99 cents per square foot. Only while supplies last at Battleson Brothers, 1 block south of the Arch in Afton.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Duke and Dow and live coverage of Star Valley basketball.
Braves trail by 1 down the stretch. They'll come out of the Natrona timeout with their original starting 5 of Lancaster, Hedges, Shumway, Bryson Neild, and Will Linford. 3:47 to go. Star Valley basketball down by a point.
There was a really long conversation down here with one of the officials and Coach Shumway right up until the Braves crossed half court.
Neal bounces to Lancaster to the rim. Shot up good with a foul, a blocking call. Natrona thought they were going to get the charge, and they don't get it. Lancaster to the line for the and one.
I really try and be fair, Duke, and I really feel like not only was that not a charge, that's borderline flopping warning right there.
Here's your look at it on the Fall River Propane replay with Cooper Lancaster to the Riverside Dental free throw line. 1 shot. That field goal did give Star Valley back the lead, and the free throw extends the lead to 2. Wow. 51-49.
What a big play.
Back and forth we go again. 51-49, a 2-point difference. Star Valley on top. 3:23 to go in the fourth. Here's a dribble drive take by Hagar. Great defense, no good. Rebound to Lancaster, who then travels. Gives possession back to the Mustangs with 3:19 to go in the fourth.
And being fair right there, probably some contact there with Hagar, and that would have fouled out Lancaster.
Potter on the baseline. Looking outside to Hagar. He'll catch in the corner. Hand off to Garrett Paddock. Makes a move down the lane. Shot is up. They wave it off, and it is a foul on the floor.
It's going to be on Dylan Shumway, and that's his 4th. So he has 4. Lancaster has 4. That is the 4th team foul. So 3:10 left in regulation, and Natrona's going to be at the line from here on out. I guess they're saying, as you said, that's on the floor.
51-49, still on the bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Braves on defense with a 2-point lead. 3-ball, Hagar in the corner off a screen is good. The lead back to the Mustangs on a triple, 52-51.
And Hagar been 0 for 4. That's his first made 3. He's now got 14 to lead the Mustangs.
Here's Lancaster again. Drive, fouled, shot no, and back to the line goes Cooper Lancaster.
And Hagar's jogging over because if that's on him, he's done, and he is. He's fouled out. He fouls out after making that 3 and had some momentum 14 points, 5 rebounds. He was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And checking in now for the Mustangs is Gavin Paddock.
And they're going to say on the floor, no shots.
Okay.
So Hedges will inbound.
Both teams at 4 team fouls, though.
2:53 to go.
And they come over and they're already talking to Paddock and Lancaster saying, you guys got to cool it.
Inbound play to Shumway. Shot fake. Takes the 3. Off the mark. No good. Hedges knocked down. No foul. 2 players fall down. It's 4-on-4 on the other end. Coleman pull up. Jumpers in. 54-51. Mustangs now by 3.
He's hit his last couple.
Shumway to Hedges on the baseline. He'll lean into the shot. Good with the foul. And Zane Hedges now to the line for the and one as he leaned back into the defense to draw the contact and then scores off the square.
And that's going to be foul number 4 on Potter. So foul trouble really starting to be a factor for both of these teams. Zane going for the and one to tie the game again. He's got 7 points. He's 3 of 4 from the line in this game.
Shot is away and good. Ties it 54-54.
What a weekend it's been out here in New Oil City.
Yeah.
It's been
Close
like this
games.
Been like this for 8 quarters.
Braves battling again. Garrett Paddock on the angle drive to the rim and scores on the angle.
That's a really good drive from Paddock because Cooper pulled back. He didn't want to pick up that 5th foul.
Now Shumway attacks on the other end. Bouncing, no good. Fight for the rebound. Ricochets to Shumway. Can't go back up with it. Clears out to Neal. Takes the 3. Off the rim. No good. Linford has the ball tipped away and into the hands of the Mustangs. Potter on the board with a 2-point lead and 2 minutes to go. 56-54. To the rim and in. Potter the drive from half court and puts it in, and a timeout is called. Taken by Coach Paddock and Natrona with a 4-point lead now. 1:55 remaining. And Coach Shumway is hot. A full timeout taken. We'll take it as well. 1:55 remains on the SBI Sports Network.
So my name is Jen Johnson, and I'm the head teller here at the bank. So I really enjoyed getting to know the people that work here. I feel like we're a really good team. I've made some friendships here. I feel like we're all really supportive of each other, and I feel valued as a team member, and those efforts are recognized and appreciated. When you call the Bank of Star Valley, you talk to one of us. You don't get a call center in another state. You don't get an automated system. It's one of us that are there to help you.
I think being in a small town, you just really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids' sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Duke and Dow and live coverage of Star Valley basketball.
Still 2 minutes to go out of the Natrona timeout. Mustangs leading Star Valley by 4 with 1:55 to go in the High Country Solutions fourth quarter. Star Valley will be inbounding. Lancaster looks to Hedges in the backcourt. Little deep pressure there on the inbound play, but now it backs off as Hedges dribbles across the line. Works to the right side. Dribbles up top off a couple screens and up to Lancaster. Right to Neal. Bryson fakes, drives in the lane, puts up the jumper. No good, left it short, rebounded by the Mustangs. A big empty possession for the Braves with 1:33 to go in a 2-possession game. 58-54. Natrona can now try and dribble. Star Valley will have to foul. Trying to go for the steal, not fouling yet. Still down by just 4 with 1:20 to go. Mustangs work the ball down low. Not wanting to shoot, they go back out, and now Neal comes up and fouls Coleman to stop the clock at 1:15. Both teams in the bonus. Mustangs lead by 4 and 2 from the Riverside Dental free throw line.
It's been kind of a tale of two halves for Josiah Coleman at the line, too. He made his first 4. He's missed his last 3. He's 4 of 7 in the game, and none bigger than these two right here.
Shot is away and good. That extends the lead to 5 now, 59-54. Another free throw away. Got them both. Big ones for Coleman.
16 for him. That's the team high.
Still a 2-possession game, but now 6 points. 60-54. Lancaster tries to break down the defense. Pulls up the jumper on the free throw line. Good swish. And it's back to a 4-point game and a timeout taken by Coach Shumway. 60-56. 1 minute, 5 seconds remains in the game. Timeout taken by Coach Shumway. And you're down by 4. Obviously, Cooper Lancaster's had the hot hand through the day once again today for the Braves. Shumway's hit a couple of threes here in the second half, but first things first, you got to get a stop on defense. Still a 2-possession game, Dal, so you have still 65 seconds remaining. You don't have to foul immediately or anything like that. You can play a little bit and try and get the ball back.
And you don't have to force a 3 either. I mean, right away. You can move the ball a bit. This is a lot of time. I think one mistake teams make a lot of times is in a situation like this. If you get the ball back, you're almost getting a situation where you feel like you have to get it all back at once. There's still a lot of stuff that can happen the next minute or so. Looking at points, Lancaster with 28, Shumway with 9, Zane Hedges has 8. Those are the 3 leading scorers today, but a lot of guys have chipped in and scored. But first things first, you got to get the ball back somehow.
See what Coach Paddock has drawn up for his offense as they will inbound in the backcourt on the baseline after Lancaster hit the field goal. So a minute 5 remains in the fourth. Braves down by 4 and on defense.
And there hasn't been a lot of steals in this game. On my stat sheet, just 5 total steals. So both teams have taken care of the ball pretty well. So Star Valley's going to have to make something happen here on that regard.
Of course, the Braves jump into a full court press. Natrona will inbound in the backcourt. Looking up the side to Turnbull. He's double teamed and fouled.
If that's on Zane, he is fouled out.
And he is.
So Zane Hedges fouls out with 8 points, 3 rebounds. I had him with a couple of assists, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And he will be replaced in the lineup by Dayton Schwab. And who's that to the line, Duke? Turnbull?
Yes.
Turnbull to the line. He has not shot a free throw yet today, so kind of an unknown quantity on the season. Coming into the weekend, Duke, 6 of 17, which is not great, but he can change that narrative right here.
He has 2 attempts here. The first is good.
That's a big one.
Back to a 5-point game, 61-56. Exactly 1 minute remains in the High Country Solutions fourth quarter. Second attempt on the way. And no good. A lane violation against Star Valley.
Wow. So now he's going to get another shot.
It was a lane violation on the Braves, and so the free throw was no good.
So he'll get another.
We'll give him one more attempt.
Like it never happened. See if that costs Star Valley a point here.
Well, both teams have had a lane violation now on the same side of the court.
Didn't hurt the Mustangs before. It could hurt the Braves here.
Sends it away. No good. Rebounded by Linford, so ends up not being a difference. 56 seconds to go. Braves down by 5. 61-56. Lancaster with 50 seconds. Has a screen. Takes the 3. Good! Wow. Cooper Lancaster, the Wyoming Army National Guard, 3-ball and a big one. Makes it a 2-point game, 61-59.
31 points for Cooper. He had 34 at Rock Springs last week. He had 23 last night against Kelly Walsh. So he's dropped into the 30-point realm 2 of the last 3 games.
Coach Shumway,
2 of the last 4.
Coach Shumway doing a quick sub, some offense for defense. Zach Thompson will sub in. He's going to get his first minutes, and Shumway will sub out.
If you do have to foul, right now looking at free throws for Natrona, they've shot well today. Hagar was 5 for 5, but he's fouled out. Rogers 4 for 4. Coleman 6 of 9, but he's made his last couple. And then you got Carter Cox, 1 of 3, Tace Turnbull, 1 of 2. Just an idea there of maybe what they might be doing at the line should the Mustangs get to the free throw line.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. And Star Valley will need another stop here. 45.6 seconds to go in a 2-point game. And yeah, with
a lot of time.
With 4 timeouts still on the court. Yeah, 45 seconds is for so much can happen.
And I know we keep saying that, but in fact, Coach Lancaster coming over, double checking how many timeouts they have left.
It will be Natrona basketball. Braves have Thompson, Schwab, Neild, Lancaster, and Linford on the floor. Garrett Paddock will be the one to throw this in. He can run the baseline. He's looking, and gets it into Paddock, who's quickly fouled. Gavin Paddock. As hardly any time ticks off the clock. They'll stop it at 44.1 seconds. And in a 2-point game, Gavin Paddock will go to the Riverside Dental free throw line.
Third personal on Bryson Neild. Gavin Paddock has not attempted a free throw yet today. On the season, comes into the weekend at 50%, 11 of 22. That one is no good.
So even with a make here, if Paddock can salvage, it's still a 1-possession game. 61-59, 44 seconds remain.
And you got to box out if he does miss.
He'll dribble, look, shoot, no good. Rebounded though by Coleman, ball's tipped around, and another foul on Star Valley.
Wow.
And they'll call that on the Braves, and bonus shots again from the line now for the Mustangs. Gavin Paddock again to take the shots.
Coleman kept that alive, but it was Paddock who ended up with it in his hands.
With the extra opportunity, he missed again.
Oh. So now we're Now we're right back where we were.
3 really big misses, and it's still a 2-point game. 41.4 to go. Second is away. That one's in. 3-point difference, 62-59. Schwab on the inbound. He's pressured in the back court. Dribble across the timeline at 35 seconds. Braves don't need a 3 here. Still time. They take the shot. It's tipped and loose. Pulled in, though, by Neild. Over to Lancaster. He'll have it on the outside, and a timeout taken by Coach Shumway to make sure he has the set drawn up that he wants.
That was so close to being a turnover. Cooper able to change his body movement in the air to tip that to a teammate. And Coach Shumway doesn't like the kind of the ragged nature of the possession, so yeah, he calls his timeout.
I believe he has 1 timeout remaining with 23.5 seconds to go in the fourth. So it's 1 timeout for Star Valley, 2 timeouts for Natrona. The Mustangs leading by 3, 62-59, but it will be Star Valley basketball.
For my money, Duke, I'm driving in with Cooper Lancaster because he has gotten to the line. He has scored consistently today. And then maybe if he's cut off and Dylan Shumway is wide open, you kick it out for the 3, but that's probably my first and second move right there.
Shumway does sub back into the game, so Schwab will trigger it in. You have Shumway, Neild, Linford, and Lancaster on the court as well. 62-59. Shumway goes to Lancaster in the backcourt. Clock is ticking, 20 seconds. Lancaster has a screen. Can't drive, step back, 3. It's good! Off the step back, we're tied. 62-62, 9 seconds. Now Mustangs have a chance for a game winner at 5. Potter has a screen, drives to the rim. It's good. Time expires, and the Mustangs walk it off at home. Wow. Lancaster hit the shot at the buzzer. Lancaster ties the game.
They may be putting time back on, but I don't know.
Well, Shumway did have a timeout, and so, yeah, I think they're going to give Shumway that timeout and see if they put extra time on.
This is very reminiscent of the end of the Star Valley Kelly Walsh game last month. The Braves hit what seemingly looked to be the game winner, and then Kelly Walsh had that final shot that they just about rattled in, but now we'll see how much time they put back on the clock.
What a shot from Lancaster. Contested, fading away for 3, rattled it in, and then on the answer on the other end by Potter, they are going to give Coach Shumway the timeout, his final timeout. And the shot was made with 1.5 seconds remaining, so Natrona has a 2-point lead.
It's the exact same situation. There was 1.5 seconds left in that game against Kelly Walsh as well. that shot didn't go down for the Trojans. I kind of liked what Coach Roden did in that game, though. They went for the deep pass. It ended up being deflected, and then they were able to get it to someone open for the three. And to point it out, you don't need a three here, but the odds of you drawing a foul or maybe getting a layup are probably not as good. But
so 1.5 seconds. You do have to go the full length of the court, out of timeouts.
What a game.
64-62.
34 for Lancaster, by the way. That matches his high from last week at Rock Springs.
Neild will throw this one in. Close are Shumway and Lancaster, deep Linford and Schwab, and Coach Paddock will call the timeout. He wanted to see what kind of lineup Shumway would enter the court with. So a 30-second timeout by Paddock.
Coach Roden did coach here a long time. I actually like, maybe it's because I love football, but I kind of like the idea of throwing deep to Neild, letting him go up and maybe high point it, and then see if he could pass it or deflect it to somebody off on the wing or somebody that's open under the basket.
1.5 seconds, 64-62. And they're going to come out with the same look. Neild on the baseline to trigger it in. Lancaster and Shumway close. Schwab and Linford deep, clear on the other end of the floor. Here we go, 1.5 seconds. Neild looking, heaves. Linford catch, tries to go back to Shumway, and it's tipped around, and Shumway can't get off the shot. They kind of had what they wanted. It was trying to get Linford to tip it back to Shumway, but the defense was there, and the Mustangs hold off the Braves. It was Potter with the game winner at the end after Lancaster hit that big three to tie things up down the stretch. And what a game. And the Star Valley comes up just shy on the road. 64-62 is your final to favor the Mustangs. Natrona jumps up to 9-8 overall. Star Valley will drop down to 9-8 overall as we head into the Silver Star postgame show. Find your flight to faster Wi-Fi online at silverstar.com. That again is online at silverstar.com. We'll have your post-game stats. We'll have your player of the game. We'll also have the Katie dance down on the court with Coach Matt Shumway at the end of this one as well to get his thoughts on this tight loss for Star Valley in a battle against Natrona County. 64-62 your final.
Well, one thing you can't do, Duke, is you can't simulate this. So this is going to be a great experience for these teams.
We do have McCady down with Coach Shumway. McCady.
Well, we decided not to play defense today, and on the road you're not going to win games if you don't defend.
Anything like particular you just want to really focus in on this week?
We played hard. We played fairly well. We didn't play great either night. 1-1 split on a Casper road trip. We'll take it, obviously, but we just obviously got room to improve still.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Duke.
Thank you, McCady Dance, courtside with Coach Matt Shumway and his quick thoughts here at the end of the game with the Miles CPA courtside report. Now let's take a look at your post-game battle stats.
Really a balanced effort here for Natrona County. They got 16 points apiece for Josiah Coleman, and then Rogan Potter with the game winner there at the buzzer, or right before the buzzer. He had 16. Tanner Hagar had 14 before he fouls out. 6 points for Garrett Paddock. 4 points apiece for Cooper Rogers and Carter Cox. 1 point apiece for Tace Turnbull and Gavin Paddock. The Braves winning the rebounding battle tonight, 29-23. Both teams shot a ton of free throws. Natrona 18 of 27. The Braves 25 of 28. Shot very well from the line. 2 of 9 from the three-point line for the Mustangs. And the Braves going 5 of 16, 34 points for Cooper Lancaster. That matches his career high. He also had 9 rebounds. 9 points for Dylan Shumway, 8 for Zane Hedges before he fouled out. 4 points for Roman Erickson, 3 for Will Linford, 2 for Jack Neild, 2 for Dayton Schwab as the Braves dropped this one. But, man, what a weekend out here in Casper.
Absolutely. That's a look at your Battleson Brothers post-game battle stats. Quality, price, and service. Located a block south of the Arch in Afton. Battleson Brothers Flooring. 64-62 your final. Natrona escapes on their home court, holding off the Star Valley Braves to win at 64-62. Now your player of the game, presented by Star Valley Skidoo.
I don't know how you can't give it to Cooper Lancaster again. 34 points, including some big clutch shots to even force that tie ball game. So big game there for Coop.
Top quality products combined with excellent service standards. Visit StarValleySkidoo.com. And Cooper Lancaster, your player of the game. Star Valley hits the road again next week. Now they have a Thursday night tip-off in Evanston next week on Thursday. And then back over to this side of the state with a game at Riverton on Saturday.
Always a tough place to play there at the Red Devil Court, especially with Star Valley winning that game in Afton. So that's a big game. And then, the game, the day in between, which happens to be regional wrestling at Star Valley High School, and then heading to Riverton on Saturday. So, but we're coming down to it here. And the Braves going to learn some stuff here from this weekend.
And that's going to do it for us. Thank you for joining us in Casper this weekend on the SVI Sports Network. I'm Duke Dance with Al Erickson, our producer David Kazare. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch you in Evanston on Thursday on SVI.